What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard Insta of the Seas. I'm Sky.
And I'm Gav, and we're cousins.
We have Jace here with us.
So,
Jace recently got back from a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas. So we're going to chat with him about it today. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Jace, uh, so this cruise was out of Miami, is that right?
yep, right out of Miami.
And when you went, did you go with anybody else, or was it just going solo on this cruise?
That was me and my wife that went together.
Okay.
But not daring enough to do a solo cruise.
Yeah, me neither. Did you go? So I know most people go like a day or two early. Did you guys go down there early at all, or did you
Yeah, I
arrive a day
think
out?
we did I think we did 2 nights early. We stayed at this nice hotel on Sunny Isles Beach, which was like it wasn't crazy far away from the port, but it was near enough that an Uber was easily affordable and made it really easy for us.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Did you guys fly in? Because
Yeah, we flew in. I think our flight, we actually booked a really cheap flight, so it landed pretty much on a 1 a.m. or so. And then from the airport, we took an Uber to the hotel, and we didn't rent a car or anything. We just stayed at the hotel. The hotel's right on the beach, which was really nice. It was also being worked on, so like we had a cheaper deal, which is even better. I'm all about the
sweet.
cheaper deals.
That's
But
right.
yeah, we flew in and then we just took Ubers everywhere.
Awesome. No, that's great. Let's jump to embarkation day. How was that?
It was pretty good. I really like the port that they have in Miami because it's all fancy. You go up the escalator and you see the giant golden propellers above you, which is really fancy, I think. And then
That's cool.
everything just was really quick and really smooth. We had all of our stuff ready. It's always important to have your stuff prepared before you start going through because if you're not, then you have to dig through things. So had our passport, had our CPAP or our phones, had all those other stuff on it. And so it was really quick and easy. It was awesome.
Good. Oh, that's exciting. And what's the most important question is what did you guys do when you first boarded the ship?
We went straight up to the top to one of the bars and we got a virgin mojito and my wife got a virgin pina colada, I think. They have to start off with those.
Did you guys have the drink
So
package?
Yeah, we bought the drink package. It's hard to not go on a cruise without a drink package, I think.
Yeah, so you'd recommend it.
Oh yeah.
What type of stateroom did you guys have?
So we originally booked just an interior stateroom, but you can bid to upgrade.
Hmm.
And so we bid on, I think, a balcony room, then of course a suite, because why not try that? And we actually got the balcony room. So uh I'm pretty much hooked on balcony rooms now. I don't think I can go to an interior room ever again.
Yeah, did you guys feel like you spent a lot of time out on the balcony?
I did for sure. I mean, it was just nice to, especially late at night when you're out at sea, you just walk out to the balcony and just look over the ocean and see just darkness and you hear the ocean. It's amazing. I love balcony rooms.
Sorry,
I've
go
got an
ahead.
upcoming one and we've got a balcony, so we're excited. So that's good to hear that you used it. So let's go through your itinerary real quick. Departed Miami, right?
Yep.
Where'd you guys go?
So originally, the plan was Miami, then there was a day of cruising, and then it was Labadee, Haiti, and then it was supposed to be San Juan, Puerto Rico. But then that got changed and we went to St. Martin instead, I think. Yeah, it was St. Martin instead. Then St. Thomas, and then we cruised again and we went to the last stop was Perfect Day at Coco Cay or Coco Key. I don't know the way to say it.
One of those.
Yeah.
I say Coco Cay,
Do you?
but some people disagree with me on that. But it is what it is. Did you have any excursions at any of your stops that you did, or any that stood out more than others?
Yeah, so we didn't really do much at Labadee. We just kind of hung out on the beach that day just because it's nice, relaxing there. Um, the originally when we were going to San Juan, we had something booked, but then when they changed it up to St. Martin instead, we booked I think it was called a private beach excursion. And you follow people off the bus there, and you get off the boat, get onto a bus, and then you have like a group of maybe, I don't know, 15 people or so, and they take you to this really secluded area. Like you go past, there's a famous beach in St. Martin where the planes fly right over it. So you drive right past that and you go through this housing area, I guess, and then there's like a resort, and then it's a restaurant right on the beach, and so that's where we just spent the whole entire day. Was right there, which was really cool. So that was St. Martin. That whole entire day was just that.
Real quick, did you
Then
book that through the cruise line, or did you do like
yeah,
a third party thing? Because it was a change up, you booked it through the cruise line.
yeah. We find it easier to book it through the cruise line just because, I mean, unless you have a big group, then the cruise line is the best way to book, in my opinion. If it's just two of you that are going, it's a little bit more, it feels more safe because you're always with a person that's going to get you back to the boat on time. And if you're in a big group, it's probably cheaper, a little bit better to go third parties, of course. But I do like booking through the cruise ship because they have everything organized for you right away, which is amazing too. And then when we went to St. Thomas, there was I can't remember what it was called, something to do with pirates. But again, you hop onto a bus and they take you to this lookout place where you can look over Megan's Bay and see a really cool area out there. And then we went to a pirate museum where they had really cool pirate coins. I bought one of the coins because I like that kind of stuff. So you guys see some pirate things, which is really awesome. And then we went to Megan's Bay where I snorkeled and I saw sea turtles, which is really cool. I have a cool video on my GoPro of sea turtles going up and down out of the water. It was really pretty. That was really amazing. The history of Megan's Bay is incredible too. And that was through the cruise line as well. And then our last day, probably my most favorite day, was at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, or Key, however you want to say it. We booked the Overwater Bungalow, which is it's hard to say how great it is. It's amazing. It is expensive, but it is completely worth it, 100%. You get in your own little tram that they take you all the way across the whole entire island because it's on the other side. And you drive through these cool beach areas like, oh, this is really pretty. We should stop here sometime, or we should walk back to this spot. But then once you get to the beach club, you have to walk through this little walkway to get to the beach club. You walk past this one area and you go left instead of going right. And you go through like some trees and stuff, like where they're taking us. This is kind of scary. Then you walk out and you see the dock, and you just see all these overwater bungalows out there, and you get guided right to one of the bungalows, and they say you can hook up your phone, play music. When you guys want drinks, you just let us know. So you have your own private boat the whole entire time. So we had drinks nonstop. We had music playing the whole time. Then it was lunchtime. They brought us a ton of food, and it was all included into the package that you buy for the overwater bungalow. Which is why it's so expensive. Is you get not just overwater bungalow, but that can fit 8 people, but you get food and drinks and everything else. If you didn't have that, like, I think I could be wrong, but if you didn't have the drink package, you would still get the drinks if you have this excursion.
Cool.
The food was already provided too, which is we had lobster and steak, which was just cool to sit there, like look out on the ocean, the blue clear water, and eat steak and lobster. It was pretty awesome. We saw stingrays. We saw I think they're called lemon sharks. I think that's what it was. That barracuda, that was kind of scary. It was underneath our bungalow. That scared me pretty bad. But it was pretty cool. That was probably my favorite place of the Perfect Day. That excursion is something that if we ever do another cruise that goes to Perfect Day, we want to book that again. No matter, I mean, it's like almost $2,000, I think, but it's awesome. It's worth it, is what I think it is.
No, it's so cool. How long
Yeah.
were you guys there in that specific excursion?
So that day we did book another one, which was the hot air balloon. But the problem is that if it's too windy, they're not gonna let the hot air balloon go up. So like we hung out there in the morning, then the balloon ride was supposed to be at I think 2 o'clock or something. And so we walked over and they said it's too windy, you can come back later or just relax. We're like, we're just gonna go relax then. So we just went back to our bungalow the whole rest of the day. So we were there the entire day. We met friends on the ship that we invited them over because it was just me and my wife that were in this 8-person bungalow thing that has a big couch and these like recliner things. So we're like, we can have friends. So we made these 2 friends and they came with us and we all just hung out all 4 of us. It was awesome.
Sounds relaxing.
dreamy.
Yeah.
How would you compare like did you have steak on the ship at all?
I did in the main dining. I had the steak, and it
Do you feel like the steak is better on on what's the name of the beach uh of your excursion?
I just remember it was a bungalow. I don't know the beach name.
Do
Um,
you
well,
feel like the steak is
it
better
was.
there?
I thought so, just because it was. They have that restaurant that's dedicated there all the time, and they do different seasonings. Whereas like on the ship, it's they have other seasonings. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was like
Different.
normally when I eat steak, I like to have A1 sauce. And I mean, both times on the ship and then at this place, I didn't use A1 sauce, of course, but the seasoning they had was like chef's kiss. It was
Mm.
awesome.
Sounds
I
delicious.
don't know how to do that.
It's making me hungry, and I just ate dinner.
Me
I
too.
haven't eaten yet, so
Oh, shoot.
Well, we can't wait to hear your feedback on the dessert because it sounds like you got a good taste, Jace. But let's let's. I got another question for you. Just with your sea days, what you guys were you productive those days? Did you chill more? Like what? Always good.
productive. I mean, if being productive is just hanging out, going to the pool, going to the hot tub, and just relaxing, then yeah, we were super productive.
It
It was
is
I
a
it,
think that's pretty
vacation. That's
productive for a cruise. Yeah.
for a cruise. That's
it was
productivity.
good. Try out different. You got the two pools on the side of the ship that hang over the ends. We try to make sure we get to those at some point. Those are always
Talking about
full
the
of people.
whirlpools,
I
the
think
hot
so.
tub.
Where you
Yeah.
can like look over the edge and see just down into the ocean.
Mm,
What are those ones are called?
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for the sea days, we try to do a lot of different stuff. We did mainly just relax. There's a slide on Symphony of the Seas. It's like a big, it's not a shark. It's a big fish on top. And you go through its mouth and it goes all the way down from the top floor to the boardwalk of the ship. So we were trying to do that, but every single day it was either rainy or it was windy. So we just hung out in the pools.
Would they let you, like, if you wanted to ride the ultimate abyss, that purple slide? Would they let you
Right.
if you wanted to, like, even though the weather was not too good?
No, they had it roped off, which was kind
Oh,
of
really?
upsetting
Hmm.
because I really wanted to go on it. But every day we were at sea, it was too windy or it was a little bit rain. Like it wasn't even heavy rain. It was like just a little bit of rain. And they're like, nope, you can't do this.
Mm,
I guess
Dang it.
it's safer, but at the same time, it just like sprinkled.
yeah.
We did a lot of clubbing for sure, especially at night. We would, for some reason, these friends of ours, they wanted to go to the silent discos all the time. And so we went to silent discos almost every night that they had it, which is, I know it sounds weird, but it's just fun to go there and just watch. Like you can go and dance and stuff, but you just go and watch. There's there's two different DJs playing two different songs the whole entire time. And if you have the headphones on, you switch it to one channel or the other. And one channel might be kind of soft and people just kind of swaying back and forth. The other one's like hip hop, like people like rocking out or whatever. So just funny to see like nobody's dancing the same the whole time. You just stand there and you just laugh.
That's sick.
That's probably my favorite thing to do.
Sounds entertaining. That's
It was good.
Do you remember where they had those? Is it like on the boardwalk or the ice rink?
It wasn't on I know the last night they had a big dance party on the ice rink. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's kind of by the comedy show areas. What's it called? Can't remember the name.
Oh,
There's so many different clubs, but
right out, kind of by the ice skating rink too. Yeah, the Blaze or
yeah,
whatever.
it wasn't on the promenade. It was a level down from the promenade.
Yeah.
So like the same level as the casino almost, I think.
Mm.
Pretty sure somewhere around there. So
Mm.
plus it's just fun to explore the ship the whole time.
Yeah. How about entertainment as far as like shows go? What ones did you attend? What did you think of them?
So we tried to go to as many as we could. We like as soon as we got on the ship is when we were allowed to start booking the shows, like especially like the main show, whatever it's called. The main one was really cool. It was a guy that used to sing the Lettermans. Do you guys know the Lettermans? Like really old school band. Can't think of any songs they do, but the guy was one of the members, not of the original group, but like a later group of Lettermans that joined up. And he sung. He's got an amazing voice, and he's like, he was a showman, like for sure. Like he was awesome.
Cool.
I think we went to a comedy show. The comedy show was really good. There's the ice show, which was not my favorite. It was just kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like people come out with like these giant things on their arms going like this, and I don't understand what's happening. There's no story. That person looks like a bird, but they're not a bird. I don't know what's happening. What else did we see? The outdoor show is really cool. The water show they do with the dive, and somebody comes on the zip line through and falls into the water. That was really cool. The only bad part with those ones on the outside, on the back of the ship, where they have the water shows, if it's windy, then you can't see the show. They cancel it, of course. But luckily, one of the days that they had it, I know that they had to postpone it a couple of times. The time that we went, it was like super crowded. So like we got these seats where we're on the very far, the top part of the stadium, wherever you want to call it, the top part of the seats. And there was the over thing above us. I think it was the rock wall that was above us. And so when the zipline person came through, we didn't see them until they were almost to the water. So it was like, oh, they were there the whole time. Cool. But it was still an amazing show. Still awesome.
Yeah. That sounds sweet.
No,
Did you?
sounds awesome.
Was there a Broadway show on Symphony? Do you remember?
I want to say there was, but I don't think we went to it. I think we were just too busy hanging out with our friends that we made.
You were busy
Right.
clubbing.
That's what it was, the silent discos.
Yeah. Right.
So I haven't been on the ship, right? But I did a little research. I read this bar called the Bionic Bar, and I thought of you because I was like, I'm sure Jace
I
is
totally
gone
forgot about
because
that.
Star Wars, robots. Did you go? Did you order from a robot?
I did.
Awesome.
Star Wars. Well, okay, so it's interesting because if you look at like the map of the cruise ship, it looks like you have to like go into this place to go to the Bionic Bar. But like as you walk to the promenade, it's like just right there, like right in the open. So everybody could see it anytime they wanted to. So I think they did it on purpose so people could watch because it is kind of cool. What you do is you have a tablet that you scan your CPass card on. If you have a drink package, or if you don't, I guess you still scan it and you get charged. And then you choose, they have like a set of drinks you can do, or you can make your own drinks. So like I tried that a few times, and it just shows like the cup, and you like tap on, I want lime juice, I want cranberry juice, I want Sprite in it, and then hit send, and it shows you like what drinks are next in queue, because it's like a whole list of people that have drinks, and there's two of them going at the same time, and it is one of the coolest things ever because the robots, they know what's going on, and if you look above, there's all the different syrups hanging down, and it'll go up and just it'll squirt stuff into each cup, move to a different one, and squirt into that cup, and then you can choose. This is the cool part too. You can choose stirred or shaken. So if you want stirred, it'll legit stir the drink for you. If you want shaken, it puts a cap on it, it shakes it up. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
And then when it's done, it puts it onto this little channel thing. And when your drink's ready, you'll go up to where it says like this is where your drink's gonna be. I think it is. And you scan it and the drink comes towards you. So like you're not even close to the robots at all. But like this big white counter with the channel just gives you the drink. And the drinks that I made were crap though. They were not good. But it was cool to see it work. It's 2 sour drinks. But trust the system. Don't try to make your own things.
It sounds amazing. Well, I was eager to get to the food recommendations that you maybe had, but did you guys do any specialty dining besides like the bungalow?
Yeah, we did one night at the sushi restaurant, and I think it's called Uzumi, I think. I can't remember the name of it. But what we did is that there was it wasn't an excursion, but it was like an event that you could attend. We signed up for it, and it's like the chef, like they clear out the restaurant, and there's only maybe about 5 to 10 people in there that are invited to this thing or that sign up for it. And they just give you just tastes of all these different types of sushis with like a drink pairing that like, this seltzer water tastes really good with it, or this drink or that drink. And like some of the sushi was outstanding. Like it was, I mean, you're at sea and that's already incredible, but like sushi at sea, pretty awesome. I don't know what it is, but it just, and it was so good. It was really good.
Was that like the last day? Do you remember what day it was that you did that?
I think it was the day before we went to Perfect Day. Because I think let me look at my itinerary because I typed it up so I can see. It was a cruising day. Yeah, so it was right after St. Thomas, but right before Perfect Day. So it was just all day of cruising, and we had that booked for one night. So
Nice. Was that pretty expensive?
yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
It
I think it
was worth it?
was. I mean, I was still hungry afterwards, but the experience was really cool, and I just ate a lot of food. So like, you eat that sushi, like, oh, that was a cool experience. Let's go get pizza, and so you fill up on pizza afterwards. But it
That's
was cool.
awesome.
It was I would recommend it.
Okay. That sounds
Put it
delicious.
on the list. Yeah, for sure.
So
What
I'm assuming the other, you did specialty dining 2 nights, and the other nights you ate at the main dining room?
Yeah, yeah. So the main dining room, I mean, it's always a good go-to. We did. So you have like the different times you can do, and we chose the my time dining because we're like, we'll just go when we're hungry. Which I thought was kind of cool. And that's actually how we met our friends. So we're at a table, just me and my wife, and then next to us was another couple. The next to us on the other side, another couple. And what's funny is that you go my time dining whenever you want to go, right? So like I can go anytime after this certain period of time, or they put me in this one area all the time. But because we made friends with these guys, our waiter, was awesome, which they're always awesome. He's like, since I saw you guys getting along really well, so we're gonna assign you guys to these seats. We're like, all right, sweet. So every night we got to eat with those friends, and the food, I mean, you can't complain about the food. It's always awesome. And I know that there's been a recent change to the menus, but when we went, there wasn't that change, and it was incredible. I really liked it. Being able to eat as much as you can. I think my favorite night would have to be the lobster tail, which I had maybe 5 or 6 of them. I don't remember, but it was super good the whole time.
That's a decent amount. Now they'll charge you if you have that many. So, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite dessert?
Cheesecake
Yeah.
every night. It was the royal cheesecake.
Okay.
I like cheesecake, and it was really good. They did amazing.
Yeah.
And it's got to be the royal cheesecake too, the one that they make special, which I mean, it's cheesecake, but they do really good. I really like the cheesecake.
Mm. Nice.
sounds
That sounds
delicious.
good. Yeah.
And did you is there any other spots that you could get like some sweets if you had a sweet tooth? Did you go get anything else that you can remember?
Um, Sweet tooth stuff. I mean, if I want some sugar, we usually just went to a bar and I got like a mixed, like a blended drink. So you get, I really like mojitos. The virgin mojitos are really good. And if you get that blended, it's really good too. It's like a little smoothie thing that's made of, you know, ice and lime and mint leaf. I don't know what else they put in it. It's really good though. That's what I would do for like a sweet tooth. Other than that, I mean, you go to what's the pizza place? Sorrento's. I think every night is where I would go. They open until 3 a.m. You go to a
Amazing.
show and you go to Sorrento's every single time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Other complimentary dining. So Sorrento's, recommend that.
Oh yeah.
Any other complimentary dining that you'd recommend besides that one?
Um, let's see. There was the Park Cafe. No, is that what it's called? So on the ship they have an area that's like the Central Park area, and there's like trees and stuff all over the place. So, like you don't feel like you're actually on the ship. Like you feel like you're actually walking through a park. And there's this little cafe, and at this cafe they have this is Skylar that got us hooked on this stuff, by the way. I'm blaming you, Skylar. But it's a roast beef sandwich thing with the gravy. That's so good. I have like 5 of those too, and I don't feel like I'm gonna get fat, even though I do. But I highly recommend that one for sure too.
That
Yeah.
sounds delicious.
We got a couple last random fire questions for you.
Sweet.
First one is if you could cruise on any ship, and only one ship for the rest of your life, what ship would it be?
Does it have to be a ship that I haven't been on, or that I have been on, or could it be any
I
ship?
think it'd be any ship.
Any.
Icon of the Seas. It's coming out in 2024. I would live on that ship just from the videos I've seen of it. Hands down, I would be on that ship.
Okay.
It
I'd probably
looks
say the same
wonderful.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Romantic spots that you guys found on the cruise that you can share with the audience, like sunsets or nice places to
The
watch the sunrise.
balcony, the balcony of your stateroom is amazing because it's all private. Besides, like the
Sure.
little walls on the sides of you.
Uh-huh.
That's nice. Let's see where else. We didn't really go in the solarium in the front very much.
Sure.
I don't know. It says adults only, but then the adult age is 16. So I'm like, it's teenagers then. They're going to be there. And that's what happened. It's all teenagers that were there. But I mean, the pools on the sides, I can't remember what they're called, but those ones are really nice. Those are really romantic. If you can get to one that's not full of people, because they are very popular, because it's warm water and you're sitting around looking over the edge into just nothingness. I'm trying to think. In the very top, we just like to hang out on the side and just watch as everything goes by. What I try to do is with my GoPro, I'll do a time lapse of the island as we leave. And so we try to do that at the top of the ship somewhere or on our balcony. And you see the sunset as that happens. So it's
Cool.
I mean, pretty much anywhere on the ship's pretty romantic. Like you find a spot and you're good. Even the track that's on the lower levels, you stand on the side there, people might be running around, but there's usually one or two or three chairs out there and you just sit there and watch the sunset and people do
Hang out.
exercise. And you're like, I'm gonna just eat my food.
I feel like can be a lot more quiet, yeah, than like the
Oh
top
yeah.
deck or something like that. That's
Yeah, for sure.
a good spot. Well, Jace, thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today, and we hope that we can join you again on another chat and actually get out on the seven seas with you sometime.
Heck yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Been a
Cool.
pleasure.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Jace.
Yeah, no worries.